Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to be back with you today. And thank you for joining us. If you're here for the second time, then it's good to see you. And if it's your first time joining us, I'm Sarah. And hi, everybody. Hi. Yeah, I'm Sarah, and I'm a Cambly tutor from the UK. And I'm here today to talk to you about what to do if you're taking a second attempt at your IELTS exam. But firstly, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Cambly. Okay, Cambly is an e-learning platform where you can practice speaking English with a native speaking tutor 24/7 at the push of a button. Okay. And at the moment, at the moment, you can book a 15-minute trial for 99 rupees. And the link to do that is in the description. And I'm going to tell you a little bit later how you can use that 15-minute trial to help you in your preparation. Hi, everybody. Yeah, please feel free to say hello in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from. Let us know that you're happy and you're healthy at home in these crazy times at the moment. We're all in it together, right? So hi, good evening. Well, good afternoon, good evening. Hello. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. Right. So first of all, we're going to imagine that you just got back your IELTS results and they're not what you wanted. And don't worry, this happens, okay? Maybe they're not what you needed or not what you wanted. So what can you do to make sure that you really smash it on your second attempt and you get the score that you've worked hard for and that you deserve? I know you deserve it. So firstly, we're going to talk about what to do as soon as you get your results before you book your second test, if possible. Okay. So the first thing to do is to not be disheartened. Okay. Don't let it bring you down. I know it's easy to say because we all in our lives can be very critical of ourselves, but take a positive first of all. You've done your first attempt, you know the structure of the exam, and there are no more surprises, right? So this is a positive thing, it's a good thing. Hold on to that, right? The next thing that I would suggest you do is to not book your test straight away if you can, right? This is an important time that you can use to reflect on what you did and to work out what you're doing well and maybe what you need to improve on. Okay, so that's the first thing to do is to stop, slow down, and think. So yeah, 1 second, sorry. So like I said, please don't rush. You are really unlikely to improve your score without dedicated time to studying and to improve. Okay, and research has actually shown that it's most difficult for students to improve their speaking and their writing exams. So you have to bear that in mind. You know, the chances are that if you rush and you go back to do the exam 2 weeks later, you won't have had the chance to work on the things that you need to. Guys, by the way, I hope you can hear me clearly. If you have any problems, please put them in the comments. Right. We just got a good question from Arjun. He said, in this continuous lockdown, is IELTS conducting the test? So I have some information from a friend who is an examiner. And he has just done some training because in some countries, IELTS is moving onto an online platform. However, this is not everywhere yet. So what I'm going to say is keep an eye on local information, okay? Your test center or, your IELTS website, because maybe they're going to be cancelling, maybe they're going to be postponing, or maybe eventually they will be moving onto an online platform too. Okay, I think at the moment it's maybe China and Europe. So keep an eye on that. So back to what I said, what I was saying. Yeah. So take time to think about how much time you need and how much time you have. Okay. So what you need to do, as we were saying, time to reflect. I'm going to say this word a lot of times today. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Okay. So think about what scores did you get? What scores do you need? Okay. So you're going to see a difference here, right? And how much time do you have? Okay. Sometimes, obviously, if you are going to study in, hi everybody, if you're going to study in, let's say, a postgraduate in another country, and maybe you have a deadline so that you need to get your IELTS for. So bear that in mind when you're planning your next steps. Okay. So don't do it too quickly, but bear in mind any deadlines that you have. Also, how to cope with negative feelings during the exam and about confidence. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, Rohit, okay? Bear with me. I've got your back. So, yeah, think about how many responsibilities you have outside of study too. You know, if you're working full time, maybe if you're a parent with young children, this is going to impact on your study time. So you need to be realistic in the work that you need to do and the time that you have to do it. Okay. We'd all like to be superheroes, but there are only so many hours in the day. Okay. So, like I said, yeah, if possible, please don't rebook instantly. Take your time. Right. So now I'm going to talk more about reflecting. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Okay. So you need to look at the results that you've got and think about your strengths and where you need to improve. And this is about, being critical, but being fair. Okay. So when you go into your second attempt, you need to also remember the things that you've done well. Okay. It's really important to give yourself like congratulations. We say pat on the back in English about the things that you're doing well too. It's not all negative. And it's important to not only be negative because you need to keep yourself in a good mind frame in your preparation. Okay. Secondly, this is really important. You have to know your band criteria. Okay. I don't know how many of you were here last time, 2 weeks ago. We did a class. I did a class about what examiners look for, and we talked about the criteria. This is really, really important because if you don't know what you need to do, how can you do it? So there are lots of different online resources where you can download the public band descriptions, and it breaks it down into the criteria and the band scores. So you can take a look at what you got, find maybe your band 5.5, and it will tell you exactly why you got that. And it's important that you understand that. Okay, you need to understand your band descriptors, and you need to understand the criteria, what's needed for you. Okay, next, right? Also with your band criteria, this is where an experienced tutor in IELTS can really help you. If you're a bit lost, as we said, book a trial with Cambly. The link is in the description. And the tutor can talk through with you, okay, so if you got this band, then this is what you're doing, and this is what you need to improve, okay? How to manage time during the exam, we're going to talk about later too. How to speak fluently, we can try to fit that into, but we're going to be doing some more videos in the future about things like fluency and stuff too. Okay. Someone's just said, if a person is doing well in IELTS centered exams but didn't get the good bands during an exam, what should they do to get the bands that they need? Okay, well, that's what this whole class is about. My advice is what you could do: book a trial with Cambly, with someone like me or another IELTS tutor, And you can use a search function on Cambly and search for IELTS specialists or, IELTS experienced. And then you can message to the tutor before, reserve the tutor, because 15 minutes, you want to be able to start the class and get straight into a practice. Message the tutor, ask them if, say, you would like to book an IELTS practice test, and then they will be able to conduct one for you and give you feedback. So if you really don't know why you're not getting a good score, then utilize a trial, book a trial, and specify that you want a speaking test, IELTS speaking test. They'll have one ready. We always do. Okay. Consider. So example, if your band is low in reading or your band is low in writing specifically, and you have some time, maybe you have 3 weeks or a month, consider doing a course, a short course, working on these areas. It says someone is asking what is the cost for a trial on Cambly. 15-minute trial is 99 rupees, so it's very cheap. Okay, it's great. You do it. They're fun too. So consider doing short courses. We've just posted the link for IELTS tutors. Okay. If someone's just asked, can we prepare for reading and writing sections with the help of Cambly? Yes, we can. Right. Reading is sometimes a little more tricky to do in the class, but other ways you can do it. I have a lot of students that I do writing with, and what they do is they write their piece and they send it to me. In Cambly, you have a messenger where you can send attachments. So the student will send me their essay, and then sorry, I'm reading your questions at the same time. So much going on. Then I will open the essay in a Google Doc, and in the class we both have live updates on the documents. So we work together on how to improve, what's good, and etc. Okay. So, as someone asked, in the speaking test, if the question is in present perfect tense, then should the answer be in present perfect tense? You can use the question as a guide to how to respond. Yeah. But maybe, if, for example, if they're asking you, have you ever traveled to another country? If you're speaking about a specific time, you would respond in past simple, right? So don't only repeat the question. You have to think about the context of your answer. Okay? Oh, thank you so much, Hajita. Very cute. I don't feel cute today, so that's lovely. Thank you. Right. Next. So, find useful, relevant resources that can help you. One thing that I give to all my students is a link where you can find checklists. And so, example, you can record yourself speaking, or you can take your piece of writing and you can listen to your recording or read back your essay, and you can tick off on the checklist the things that you're doing well and tick off the things that you know you need to improve. And this also helps you to become more self-critical and to help you in your own personal self-development, okay, and how to understand criteria. And plan your time carefully, right? So these are all the things that I'm sort of telling you to do in the run-up to booking a test, okay? So now, right, so there's a lot of people asking about fluency and asking about things like using idioms and about bringing up vocabulary in tests. Right, there are loads of things that you can do to improve fluency. Lots of things. Things like immersing yourself in the language, for things like, slang, colloquialisms, idioms. If like watching TV shows or reading books, things like this are going to help you to see how these things are used, and you'll see the language you want to replicate. Someone asked if we have classes for kids aged 9 to 15. Yes, we do. There's actually a separate thing, Cambly Kids, But you can also use regular Cambly for kids 9 to 15. It's fine. We're very open. Right, excellent. So now we're going to imagine that you booked your test. Okay, maybe you have, let's imagine 1 month, right? 1 month until test day, and you're like, freaking out. What do I do? What do I do? Right. Use the things you have reflected on to make a study plan. Study plans are important, okay? Because, example, if you got an 8 in reading and a 4 in speaking, you need to use the more time to improve your speaking than to improve your reading. So this is why reflection is very important, okay? A Cambly tutor can also help you to make study plans based on your needs and your time frame. So it's another reason to book a trial, okay? Book a trial, contact me, let's go, okay? Right. Yeah, so targeting your practice is what I was just saying about, choose your area that needs to be improved the most and work on that area. Okay, this is connected to sort of the fluency thing too. Immerse yourself in the language, okay? So make a class, make daily changes to maximize your exposure to the language. Use things like your social media, reading the news, listening to audiobooks, chatting to friends. If you've got friends that speak English, just say to them, I'm sorry, for 1 month, we need to only talk English, okay? That's it. And if they are a good friend, they will agree, I promise. If they don't, see you later, get rid. So quite a few people are asking about if they can join a class with me. The link to my profile is in the description, okay? So if you click on that, you can find my schedule where you can reserve a class. And if you reserve a class with me, please message me at the same time to let me know that you saw the class and you want to work on your IELTS. Just let me know and I can prepare materials for us, okay? Lovely, but thank you for your interest. Next, practice. Okay, I know it sounds silly, but practice makes perfect, we say. If you learn a musical instrument, for example, you don't just pick up the guitar and play your favorite song. You have to practice, okay? So if writing is something you're struggling in, practice your writing. Send your pieces to people for correction. This is important. You need honest feedback, okay? You don't want to speak to one of your friends that is too nice to you. So someone's asking, is this a live class? Yes, it's live. So if things go wrong, things go wrong. Someone's asking about word counts. Okay, word counts are important because if you exceed by too much or you go too much under, it means you didn't fulfill the task. Okay, so if they ask you for a certain amount of words, you have to stick to that. I think it's 5% over or 5% less. Okay, but I will double check that. But so stick to your word counts. Okay, make sure you do that in your preparation too. You need to get into good exam techniques. My next point: when you're practice testing, stick to time limits. Okay, I get students who come to me in my classes, and they come to me and they say, "Oh, I've written this essay. Oh, this essay is excellent. How long did it take? Oh, well, I spent 1 hour planning and then 1 hour writing." Okay. Well, in the exam, you're going to have like 5 minutes to plan. So it's not realistic. Don't do it. Treat your practice like you would treat the exam. It's really important. Okay. So set yourself goals, right? Maybe a daily goal, or a weekly goal, or a monthly goal. Guys, it's saying here that the tutor has not opened any slots for reservations. So bear with me. After this class, I'll go straight to my schedule. Check back after the class, please. Okay. It might be possible because I have a lot of regulars. that I might need to open some more slots, which I'll do for you. You know, so bear with me, okay? Yeah. So set yourself goals. Maybe if there's an area you want to improve in, set yourself a nice goal. You know, by the end of the week, I want to be using complex sentences in part 2 or something. Tick them off. Okay. Then say, yay, well done. Right. Review the things that you need to regularly. Okay. If there's something that you're really struggling with, you have to keep going. Okay. Don't practice once and forget. Okay. Um, so I'm saying, can we have a voice chat as learn how to use Cambly app? Cambly app is really simple to use. You know, it's very, very simple. So say, where are you from? I'm from England, from a city called Birmingham. Right. Another tip for preparing is record and listen to yourself. Okay. And each time you listen, pay close attention to a different criteria. So maybe you listen the first time and you want to think about your fluency. You listen the second time, you want to think about your vocab. Listen a third time, pronunciation. Use the band criteria I told you to download them and use them. Imagine that you're an examiner and you're checking yourself. Okay. But remember to think of the positives too. Okay. I don't want you to just think, oh, that was bad, that was bad. Like, oh, I'm really doing that well. I need to keep that up. It's great. Okay. And also you can look on YouTube and on the internet in text. There are videos of model answers. Okay. You can read them or listen to them, or imagine you're an examiner too. Think, well, what is this person doing well? Why did they get that band? Like, knowledge is power. The more you understand the criteria, the more you can do it. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll give the link for the checklists I'm talking about and the band descriptors in the comments, in the video comments after the end of the class. Okay. Thank you. And someone's asking about what sort of articles to read. My suggestion would be read a variety. Okay. Maybe read some business articles and business news. Maybe National Geographic have really good variety. You know, not only simple news stories. Read things that challenge you, because maybe in the exam it will be a topic that you don't know about. So try reading things that maybe are outside of your comfort zone, if you know what I mean. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to talk about. Someone's asked, if we don't know the answer to any question, can we say, I don't know, please move to the next question? I wouldn't advise it. Okay. If it's something you don't know about, we talked about this last time, you could say, oh, well, that's not something I really know about, but let me talk about this, which is similar. Okay. So we talked last time about signposting, sort of guide the examiner to your next point. It's better to say something rather than nothing. Saying that worried that we're not answering the questions. Please, there are loads of you guys, and there's only one of me. Bear with me. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can and connect it to the topic. Right, now we're going to talk about Ankit. Ankit, I said to you, sometimes if it's saying the tutor has not opened any slots, it might just be because they're full of regulars, you know, already. But you can subscribe to their schedule and you'll get updates when they open slots, okay? And usually it's kind of first come, first served with that. So just keep trying, okay? Right. Finally, we're going to talk about on the day, okay? So you've had your 1 month of preparation. It's exam day. What are you going to do? How are you going to go in there and do well? First of all, look good, feel good, okay? Imagine that think about it like you're going to a job interview, Okay, you should take that level of professionalism, because for a lot of you, if this is life changing, your IELTS is going to be life changing for you. Maybe for your studies, maybe for your job, maybe to move countries. So this is actually a piece of advice from my friend who's the examiner. He said make sure that you're clean and presentable, because he said it can be very distracting to the examiner if you turn up looking like you don't care, right? So look good, feel good, okay? Be your best beautiful self. Um, Take time before your exam on the exam day or the evening before to set your mind space. Okay, do something that you enjoy that isn't just study related, because if you wake up in the morning and you're just doing exam practice, you're going to really stress yourself out. Do something different, read a book, listen to a nice podcast that you like, have a cup of tea, talk to your nan, or something like this. Okay. Yeah, so I would stay clear of practice exercise in the morning. It can be a long day. The exam can feel long. So eat before and hydrate. Okay. I know these sounds like really silly things, but you don't want the distraction in the exam of your stomach rumbling or you're thirsty or any of this stuff. So give yourself the best start. Okay. Yeah, and try not to go into the exam focusing on the negatives of last time, right? Focus on all the hard work and effort you have made since. Exactly, Harshita, you're exactly right. We have to be confident, okay? And sometimes, when you're having a really bad day and you're not feeling good and you're just like miserable, and if you force yourself to smile, you kind of feel happier. So go into the exam, just like, even if you don't feel confident, pretend that you are, like, go in there feeling big, feeling strong, like, I'm going to do this, I've got this. Because you have got this, if you spent the time really working on your improving yourself, that's going to show. So you have to think about the work you've done, not the mistakes you made. Okay. And finally, have fun and keep your goals in mind, right? Think, why am I doing this for? It will all be worth it, and just enjoy it. I'm sure you guys love speaking English. So just, if you're chatting English to a Cambly tutor and you're talking about something you enjoy, try to think of it the same way. Like, don't let the examiner's face put you off. You need to enjoy it. So I'm going to invite you guys, throw your questions out because we're nearly finishing. Just remind you that you can book a 15-minute trial for 99 rupees. Like I said, you can use that to do an IELTS practice test, to make a study plan, just to talk about your fears and your nerves. Cambly tutors are really good at putting you at ease and helping you to relax and helping you get to the place that you need to be, right? So, yeah, guys, that's it. So if you've got any more questions, obviously you can leave them in the comments, the video. And I'm going to see you next time, hopefully. But thank you so much for joining me, and stay happy and stay healthy and stay safe, right? Bye, guys.